Welcome, welcome, my beautiful people. This is your Office on podcast, and I am your beautiful host, Martha. Now, I know you guys have been waiting for a long time for me to launch this episode or to launch this podcast, period. And I love it. I love that you have waited around. I love that you have followed. I love that you have subscribed, and I love that you are into it. And I just want to say thank you before we even start. Like, thank you in advance. Thank you later. Thank you now. I cannot tell you how exciting this has been, and it's been a long time coming. It has. I had to take a break for a minute. I had to come back and redo some things, and I think you guys are gonna enjoy it so much. I cannot tell you how excited I am to share all of these episodes with you. So, let's get into it because episode 1, I have been working on for quite some time, and it's not just episode 1, but episode 1 was one thing and it became another thing. And I want to say this: when God steers you away from something that he does not want you to do, you have to listen. And when he puts you in a place where you need to be and you need to be listening, you should listen. So I took the time, I listened, and now I'm back here giving you guys episode 1. I hope you love it. And today's topic, my friends, my beautiful people, is what does single look like for you? So, we all know single looks different for everybody and everybody does it differently, right? I have been single for quite some time and I took the time. Actually, I am single by choice. So all of you out there that are single by choice, applaud to you because that shit is not easy. It's not easy because it's a choice to say I'm not going to put up with what is out there or less than what I am deserving of, right? And I have worked so hard in my life to be where I am at and what I am doing and who I am. And I feel like if I'm going to give you who I am and everything that I've worked for, I have to know that you're going to treat it as I treat it. Very special, precious, careful cargo. Like I need to know that that's how I'm going to be treated. So for all you single people out there by choice, I applaud you because this shit is hard. It's so hard. It's so hard. And then again, it's easy because I enjoy my alone time too. I do. I enjoy being alone. I enjoy being out and alone. I enjoy going on trips by myself now. I mean, when you learn how to spend time with yourself, you know it's enjoyable. Like you can just do whatever you want. So I want to start off some points about being single. Actually, I want to get into first off, I want to get in the difference between lonely and alone because I feel like a lot of people are trying to push them together and they're not the same. Lonely is a feeling, alone is a physical state. So when I am alone with myself, that is a physical state that I am sitting in. When I am lonely, it means that I am having a feeling of no connection. That means no connection to a partner. That means no connection to your family, to your friends, to your coworkers, whatever, or even a community, whatever it is that you're not connected to, that's where lonely comes in. Okay. So those two can play a big part in being single, in the singlehood, because you guys know singlehood can be ghetto sometimes. Okay. Because I know it can be ghetto. Add in dating and it gets worse. But let me go back because I feel like there's so many people out there, including my audience. I love you guys that I know that you're dealing with singleness. And I know that it's hard. I know it's difficult sometimes. I know that you can think about all the possibilities of dating, who you can be in love with, your new partner, and all this lovey dovey stuff. Or you're not thinking about it because you're really enjoying being single. That's cool too, because at some point in my life, I really started enjoying being single. Now, since we have the dissection of alone and lonely, we also need to understand that singleness is not a disease. It is just a moment in your life that you are going through that you have decided or have not decided, just the opportunities haven't arose and come to your door and you're single. It's not a disease, people. So stop treating people like, well, why aren't you married? Why, how come you don't have kids? And well, aren't you dating? Like, aren't you out here on the apps? No, No, we'll get into that in a different episode. These dating apps are creating a superficial lifestyle for those who are intentional about dating. As myself, I am intentional. And I think a lot of people who are looking for love are intentional. So now I want to start off with saying that when you're single, it is important that you build a relationship with yourself. It is important that you spend time with yourself. Now, my friends, single is the time that you should be doing the shadow work. If you have dealt with trauma, if you have dealt with pain, if you have dealt with a divorce, if you have dealt with death, this is the time that you will put in that work for healing. Healing needs time. And if you are not paying attention to the things that are going on in here, outside means nothing. What's going on out here is just about as dysfunctional as what's going on in here. You've got to heal what's going on in here. Now, I'm speaking from experience. I had a lot of trauma, a lot of broken places in my life that I had to work through. I had to see a therapist. I had to sit in it. And a lot of you people don't want to sit in it. That is the reason why a lot of you date because you don't want to be alone. And in the single place, in that singlehood is exactly where you should be. You should be there sitting in it. Like I had to sit in so much shit, and it's impossible for me to even think about having someone in my life as a distraction while I'm healing. And sometimes actually people are sent into your life to help you heal, right? But at that point, you should know that that person is helping you instead of being a distraction. Get aware, people, be aware. So I want to indicate to you that working on yourself is the best place you can be in singleness. That means working on your career. That means working on your health. That means working on your physical fitness. That means working on your mental status. That means working on your family if you have one. That means working on yourself inside. All of you is what needs to be worked on. Some of you don't need to be worked on, but some of you do. Okay. And I feel like we all need to be worked on. Even if you're trying to lie to yourself, we all need to be worked on at some point and in some kind of case, right? Listen, if you are trying to get into a relationship without being healed, I am going to tell you this: you are hurting yourself and you are hurting the person that you are trying to date. You should be seeing a therapist if you need one, talking it out with your friends, talking to a mentor, or figuring it out. Whatever's going on inside needs to come out so that you can heal. All right, let's move past that because I feel like I can really get into the whole healing part because a lot of you, I've seen you not working on those parts and I've seen you complaining about those parts, but doing nothing to fix it. And I love you guys, and singleness is exactly where you should be. If you are there right now, you should be there. You should be there. In the Bible, it states that he would rather you be single than lust and desire. Let's say that again. He would rather you be single than lust and desire. Okay. I would rather you be single. Now, I want to get into what you can do and how it feels to be single because a lot of people don't know the, not that you don't know the feelings, but you don't know like how to feel sometimes when you're single. Some people feel guilty being single because you've got all these social norms or these social like etiquettes that people say, oh, well, you should be married by 30 or 20 and you should have kids and you should be this and you should be that. Well, guys, live your life. The social aspect of life is none of your business, right? If you really want to be single, be single. If you want to be married, be married. If you want to be out there having babies with baby daddies and baby mamas, then don't do that. Like, please don't do that. Let's just be responsible, okay? Anyway, I want to get into what it feels like being single, okay? And I wrote a list here because I want to touch on all of them and I also want to touch on what you can do while you're being single, okay? So the first one is single can be freeing. Freeing is the most empowering thing that you can feel in your life. Single is freeing because you don't have any distractions, you don't have any responsibilities other than yourself. Now, We have other responsibilities like work and family and right? Understood, understood. But being single is so freeing because you have all the time and all the capacity to just pour into your own cup. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps because I really truly enjoy pouring into my cup because now that my cup is full, being single for so long, I am pouring into other people's cups. And now I'm giving what I didn't have before, I'm giving it freely to other people. And I think that is something that is important because we are meant to come here and serve. That's what I believe, right? And I love serving. And my serving is pouring into other people's cups. That means motivating. That means pushing. That means inspiring. That means loving on. That means being there for people. And when you're single, that's freeing. Like that you have the time to do that and you have the capabilities of doing that, right? Exactly. Exactly. So the second one is, and it's empowering. Being single, I think I mentioned that just in the first one after being freeing. It is empowering. You have such power in singleness. You are in control of your happiness. You are in control of your career. You're in control of your family. You're in control of self. Being in control of self is so, it's exciting actually. And being able to be self-governing while you're in your singleness is so powerful. It's the empowering part of being single is just being single. Like you can do whatever it is you want to do. Okay, let me move on to number 3, space to think and pray. Now, if you're not a praying person or you're not a Christian or you're not a God loving person, that's fine. Don't pray. But give space for yourself to think and to ponder on your life. Self-reflection. Self-reflection is so important in your singleness. You can learn so much about yourself self-reflecting on like patterns and behaviors that you may want to get rid of or fix or goals that you may want to reach. That thinking time by yourself in your singleness is a great time to create the life that you're looking for, to create the life that you want. And that means including your future partner if you want a future partner. That thinking time is just so beautiful. It is just so, it's a wholesome thing. And for those of you that do pray, praying is important as well. I pray all the time. I get into it all the time with my higher power. And I believe that my prayers are being answered slowly but surely. And the beautiful part is that it's just like journaling, right? When you pray, you give the care and the worry and the anxiety off to something else and you remove it from yourself so that you can continue empowering and being free in your singleness. Because when we hold on to all these things that are going on inside, and we all have something going on inside. I don't think there's one human on this earth that doesn't have something going on inside. And it's scary to think that people are walking on this earth thinking that other people are not going through something. Everybody's going through something, whether it be good or bad, we're going through something. So pray about it. I say pray about it. Pray about your singleness. Pray about your partner that you're looking for. Pray about his features, her features. What are you looking for? What does it sound like? What does it look like? Pray about it. Continue to pray, my people. And if not, continue to think about it. Continue to reflect on who you are, who you want to be, and where you want to be, because that is going to get you maybe outside of singleness or maybe even to the partner that you're looking for if you are looking for a partner, right? The next one I want to talk about is being focused. I think that when you're single, you have a lot of space to focus on things, everything. I'm not even going to say things, everything, because when you're distracted with your partner, not to say that a partner is a bad distraction, okay? I believe that partners are a beautiful attribute and a distraction at the same time. And it works. It works. You just got to create a balance, right? But going back to the focus, being focused while you're single gets you where you want to go. You're allowed to be better at work. You're allowed to be better as a friend, as a person, as a future partner, as a brother, as a sister, as a mother, as a father. You get to focus on that part of your life and give it into the other persons in your life, right? The community that you evolve around. You can pour that into them once you're working and focusing on it. Or you can just focus on your career and focus on making money or focus on the hustle that you're in. I mean, a lot of us have side hustles or we're hustling to make that I don't want to say $1 million, but to make that bucket, right? The abundance in life. And that focus as you're single helps you get there. All right. So we're going to move on past that anyway. Learning your needs and wants. Learning your needs and wants is all singleness is. Like, you should be thinking about the last relationship you had, what it did and did not do for you. What what you want and need in life is so important, because when you get solid in those two things, you never sacrifice you again. And when I say you never sacrifice the value of who you are and the worth of who you are, because you know what you want and you know what you need. And when you're able to write those down or even know those by the back of your hand, you are able to tell the next person or whoever it is that comes into your life, it doesn't always have to be a partner who comes into your life. You're able to tell them, these are my needs, these are my wants. And it's actually good to know your own needs and wants, because when you do, you know what you don't want, right? And what we don't want, we don't want. And giving to the needs and wants of ourselves, we're giving to ourselves, we're feeding into ourselves, and we're giving into our cup. So get into those, okay? Figure out your needs, figure out your wants, and make sure that they're clear. The more clarity you have, the clearer you are going forward in your future. All right? Okay. Time to yourself. Now, I don't know about you, but I really enjoy time with myself. Now, not everybody's an introvert and not everybody's an extrovert, right? I think I'm kind of both, and I would rather spend my time at home. I'm just a person who likes to be at home. I'm a homebody. But I do know when I need to get out and be around people, right? I do know when I need to be in the presence of other people, in the presence of energies, right? Because I feel like sometimes we isolate ourselves so much, or we stay in the house so much, that we don't realize that we actually need to be around people, and we need to communicate, and we need to socialize. Socializing is almost dead these days. I can't tell you how much I've researched and how I have looked into the social aspect of humans right now. We are learning we are learning that communication, let me say this the right way. It's not that we're not learning communication. I think we're learning to communicate in a very different way. And communication should happen verbally. It should happen by two people talking it out, even if it's over the phone. I think text messages just dilutes the whole process of communication and creates more drama and trauma than it does communication, right? I'm going to move on. Now, all of you guys know I like to work out. And if you don't know, my friends, I do like to work out. And I think that exercise is like the number one thing you could be doing while you're single. Get out there and take a walk, get out there and ride a bike, get out there in the sun, get outside, do whatever it is that you feel like is good exercise. Exercise helps you in so many ways. Brain, body, health, like, how can you deny that? I mean, you only get one temple, you only have one life. And if you're exercising and taking care of that temple and your life, it gets extended, right? You get to enjoy more. You get to enjoy more people. You get to have better experiences. You get to have better memories. I mean, I love exercising. It's a lifestyle for me. So I will always press upon others to include some kind of exercise in their life. And I think singleness allows you to go hiking, it allows you to go to the gym and focus. It allows you to work on that beautiful body you got. Now, you know you're beautiful just the way you are. And exercise and moving your body is just for this and this. That's it. That's it. And whatever you want to extend after that, like the physique or being cut, being lean, whatever it is, that if that works for you, then it works for you. Okay. I just exercise so that I can feel healthy and I have a clear mind. It helps me clear my mind. So I'm going to move on. Okay. Because I think you guys already know that exercise is important. I mean, the news talks about it. I mean, your doctor talks about it. Just get out there and move. Take a walk. Like, I love walking. How come you don't love walking? It's so fun just to be outside and get that fresh air and just be with self. We're always going to get to that point about being single, being with self. Anyways, now I have to say that when we're in a relationship, we tend to like not spend much time with family and friends. And that time
you cannot give back. So when you're single, I would suggest that family and friends should be where you're pouring your cup into. Now, if you still have an empty cup, don't bother. Go fix it, right? Go fill your cup and then you can pour into your family and friends. Now, if you're a mother or you're a father, single parent out there, and you're working on yourself and you know that your kids need you, I know the struggle, okay? I know the struggle and I know it can be hard, but your family is important and so are your friends. We need a village to just help us get through life. Being isolated is not what we came here to be. Being alone is not what we came here to be. There are too many people on this earth to be alone. You don't you don't have to be dating all these people. Like, you can just be single and be around people. It is important because it helps our psyche. It helps our body and our energies. And I just can't stress that enough, my friends. I love you very much. And that is just important, being around people like mentors, people who can help you. And it's just important. All right. And then I also want to talk about this. If you're not saving money while you're single, you're just out here being reckless. Now, I know that some of you guys are out here and you're spending your money on yourself and you're spending this and you're doing that and you're taking these wild trips. That is amazing shit. Continue, please. Continue. But respectfully, if you are not putting away money to make money, you're not doing singleness right. I learned it the hard way and I learned it later on in life how to invest my money and to put it in places that I can make money while sleeping. And I'm doing that now and I did it as being single. And that's, what can I say? That is the place that you need to be. Like, I'm going to keep going back to this because single has so many benefits and so many pros that the cons don't even weigh it. It doesn't even outweigh the pros. Financial stability is important. Now, guys, listen. I know that you're out here being single and you're doing your work and you're saving your money, and you should be. Okay, you should be. Think of it this way. If you're not dating, you're saving money because you're not spending money on dinners, you're not spending money on drinks, you're not spending money on trips. And I'm sorry, ladies, but the fact is the fact. When people are single, it is a financial plus. It's a financial plus because I'm not spending my money, you're not spending your money. So let's save money, right? Let's do that because that's the best part of being single is saving money. I mean, dating gets expensive. I go out on dates and I go, dang, that dinner, I loved it. It was great, but that was expensive. We could have put that money away and went on a trip, right? But how do you get to know somebody? You got to spend time and doing these things like dates and dinners and drinks and coffee and all those things have to happen, right? When you're dating, and being single just saves money. Like I've been putting away so much money, my friends, that like I'm almost rich at this point. Just kidding. Still got a little ways to go, but I'm working on it. Okay, I'm working on it, anyways. Also, I want to say that work, your work ethic and opportunities, um, they become very valuable when you're single because you ain't got nothing but time with yourself and nothing but time to focus on these work opportunities or opportunities period or just work in general. Like, work is important because this is what's paying your bills. This is what's going to create the future that you want. This may be just the stepping stool to where you want to be in life later on. And if we're focusing on those things and we're giving time to it, we're valuing ourselves and valuing our work ethic as well. All right. I'm a worker. I can't say it enough that I just love working. And if I'm not working, that's okay too. I enjoy my downtime. I do really, really enjoy my downtime, but I'm a worker. I love working. I love hustling. I love, bringing in that income. And I just want to keep going. Just keep going. All right. I'm going to keep going on this title because this episode, yes, it's important, guys. It's important. Singleness is important. And I can't stress it enough. And I'm going to keep saying it in this episode that it's important. So I need to say this as well. Singleness is independence. It is a large, large, large piece of the pie. that independence is so important because if you were to go into another relationship, you will be able to be an individual and not codependent on the partner that you seek. Being independent is such an accomplishment because it allows you to understand that you can be self-governing, you can be disciplined, and you can be with self by yourself. And and you can do things by yourself, right? Independence says a lot of things about an individual. And I want to say this about independence. I've been independent for so long in my life that I don't know what it looks like to be codependent. But then I realized sometimes in my life that I was codependent. I was codependent on the emotional aspect of that relationship or that person that I was involved with. And I realized that when you start focusing on yourself and you start pouring into your cup, that codependence washes away and you realize that you can sustain yourself. You can be independent upon yourself. You can work through life by yourself and you can be who you want to be by yourself. So independence is a good thing. It's a really good thing. So now I went down the list and you guys see what it is, and it's freeing, it's beautiful, it's being able to focus, it's being able to fill your cup, it's being able to be financially stable, it's being able to utilize your time. Singleness is fun. I want to get into how fun it is. I have been single, and this is giving you guys too much juicy details. I've been single for about almost 4 years. Now I've dated in the process in the last, well, 2 years because I did take 2 years of complete solo singleness. Like I did not date at all. And that was a good time. I had so much time for myself. I worked out so much. I benefited my job. I focused on my job. I focused on my kids. I had so much focus that I almost didn't want to come out of that single place, right? That place of no dating whatsoever. But I did, and I've been dating, and there's nothing wrong with dating and being single. I feel like it's okay to get out there and interact and have interactions and giving your time to someone else while you're still being single. Now ladies and gentlemen, I will say this. You are single until there is a ring on your finger, okay? And I don't really condone not telling someone that you're exclusive or you're not exclusive. You need to be telling somebody what it is your intentions are, because intentions are just that, intentions. What do you intend to do with me? Do you intend to play with me? Do you intend to be casual with me? Or do you intend to be intentional about me? I want to say it loud and proud. You guys should be making sure that you are responding to your dating people or dating roster, the roster, that you are single until you are married, because you should not be giving marriage benefits to someone who is not willing to put the effort of long term into you. There is no reason why anybody should be giving wifely duties or husband duties to each other when there's not a real commitment. You're giving them the goods without getting that commitment. And I know this is going off topic, and I knew I was going to go off topic, but guys, I got to get into it because singleness does not mean that you've got to give away yourself to be accepted for yourself, okay? Like, you should not be doing that.
You guys know that. But listen, I just really wanted to talk about singleness. It's not a disease, my friends. It's not something that you should be ashamed of. It's not something that is bad for you. It is actually a really beautiful place to be. And I stress it so much that you should stay right there. Stay right there. Work on yourself, work on your life, work on your family, work on your friends, work on your relationships, work on those things while you're being single. Stay focused on you for a little while so that you will be able to fill someone else's cup or somebody else's cup, right? And that doesn't mean just partner wise. That means like people in life general. If you don't have nothing to give, you can't give nothing. You just can't. And I want you guys to give. We came here to give to others. And so we're going to have these conversations, and some of them are going to be tough and some of them are going to be fun and some of them are going to be funny. But I want you guys to know that singleness is a good place to be. It's a beautiful place to be. I stayed there for 4 years. It's been 4 years now. And 2 of those years, like I said before, was me just solo Martha, just solo Martha, no dating, no nothing, just focusing on me. And I can't tell you how many things I've got done just being in that single moment. So, you guys have come to the end of the episode. This is episode 1, what it looks like being single. And I want you guys to know that this was probably all over the place. And it's our first episode, and that's okay. I'm enjoying this process, and I want you guys to enjoy it with me. I want you guys to come back in 2 weeks. Okay. I love you guys. I'm so thankful that you joined me here on this first episode. And I definitely look forward to seeing you on the second one, third one, fourth one. And listen, follow me on all platforms. Listen to Your Office on dailies on Monday at 9 a.m. Central. That is 9 a.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Those are posted every Monday to get you guys started for the week. The week is long sometimes, and we need some motivation. And that's what I want to do for you guys. I want to give you motivation on Mondays, and that's what we're going to do. So you will see Monday posts and you will see every 2 week episode posts. Okay. The episode post will be launching at 10 a.m. every 2 weeks. And I cannot tell you, this is going to be fun. This journey is going to be a wild one. And your girl Martha's here for it. I'm here for it. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me. I'm excited for the audience that's going to be following us. And stay tuned. That's all I got to say is stay tuned. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great day.